Hello, my name is Chris and I'm a U-Haul hitch professional. Installing a hitch on your Hyundai Palisade can lead to some amazing adventures, such as biking, camping, or road trips to your favorite destination. You can even tow a U-Haul trailer just about anywhere in North America. Now let's take a look at how I completed this install. You will need the following tools or supplies to complete this installation. We will begin this installation by lowering the spare tire. We can access this in the rear cargo area. Use a flathead screwdriver to release the cap, and then use a 22mm socket to lower the spare tire. We're now ready to temporarily lower the exhaust. Let's first support it with a strap. You can now use exhaust hanger pliers to remove 3 rubber isolators. Use soapy water to ease in the removal if necessary. 1 here at the cross member, 1 at the rear of the tailpipe, and a second one hiding behind the passenger tire. Use your offhand to support the exhaust and lower it into the strap when removing the final isolator. Next, we're going to go ahead and lower this underbody panel to make room on the driver's side. Use a flathead screwdriver to remove 3 push pins and a 14mm socket and an extension to loosen 2 plastic nuts. We're now ready to install the hitch. B&W's 3-piece design allows us to put it in piece by piece, so let me show you how we can do this easily as a one-man job. Begin by placing a 1/2-inch flat washer on 2 of your 4.5-inch 1/2-inch bolts. We will pass these through the driver's side frame bracket. Now place on an additional flat washer and loosely install the locking nut to keep this piece from falling on you as we move forward. You can now install 2 M10 bolts by first placing on a locking washer and then a flat washer. We can now install the passenger side frame bracket. Using the remaining 2 bolts and 4 flat washers, you can now loosely install your remaining M10 hardware on this side. We can now raise the center section and affix it to the side brackets using the remaining 3/8-inch hardware. Now repeat on the other side. We're now ready to tighten and torque all the hardware to the manufacturer specifications, which we will link in the description below. Let's begin with our 3/8 screws into the center section. You will need a 15mm socket and a 14mm open-ended wrench. On the driver's side, one of the bolts is hard to access, so I'm going to use a 14mm socket and an extension instead of the open-ended wrench. Now repeat on the other side. You can now tighten the M10 hardware using a 17mm socket. Finally, we can now torque our 4 1/2-inch bolts. You're going to need 2 3/4-inch tools, and you may want a short extension for the socket as well. We can now return the exhaust to the 3 rubber isolators. We can now return the underbody panel to its original position. And you can now put the spare tire back into position. And replace the cap. Now that our hitch is installed, we've pulled the vehicle onto level ground to show you some important measurements. This is a 2-inch hitch receiver. From the pinhole to the end of the bumper is 3.5 inches, and from the ground to the top of the inside of the receiver is 13.5 inches. These measurements will help you determine the necessary length, rise, or drop of your hitch accessories like a ball mount, bike rack, or cargo carrier. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul hitch professional, please visit us online at uhaulhitches.com. You can also download the U-Haul app using the link in the description for even more ways to manage your hitch and towing needs.